I'm hoping this video might be helpful to someone. I've got a Kubota L175 little tractor I bought used, very used, and I'm reworking it. I want to change the fluids and stuff, of course. So I need to change the oil filter. Everywhere I look, this tractor calls for a spin-on oil filter. I even went to my Kubota dealer. They show the same thing. The gentleman at the dealer that was helping me out went back to the back room and dug through some old books that predated their computer system. Still shows a spin-on, but this is what came out of it. Here's the numbers on that if you want that. I was not able to track that down to anything. I've been to 2 part stores, Kubota dealership, and I've done a ton of research online trying to find this filter, and I haven't found it. I assume it does not exist any longer. What I have found through my research is this Wix WL10056. And if you look at this filter, it's similar in length. It's exactly the same. The diameter, slightly larger. I think it's less than 1/10 of an inch larger. Open on the bottom. The only difference is, as you can see, the original has a through hole that's about 5/16 in diameter. And this one has these little prongs, and there's no hole. So my intent here is to remove these teeth, these little plastic hooks, drill a hole to match this hole, and then use this as my filter. I'm just going to break these off, drill a hole, and then see what I need to do, how well I need to clean that up to get that to seal. The canister that goes over this cartridge does have a rubber seal through the bolt with a little bit of a spring tension on top, so that will need to seal off there. Available. I think I'm just going to try an X-Acto knife and see if I can trim those off flush without removing a finger. And I'll do it off camera, I guess. Okay. Yeah, the X-Acto knife is actually working pretty well there. So there's, that one's a little high. There. Oh, there's a little bit from that one still there. And like I said, this may not be a common issue because it seems like most people have a spin-on filter on this tractor, but I don't for whatever reason. And I don't know the history of this tractor. So I don't know how this came to be. Alright, so I'm going to leave it with that. And then drill a hole in there. And I'm going to just check that and see what the clearance is, what the size is on this hole. I'm getting a 3. What is that? Without my glasses, it's hard to tell. 322. Of course, this is inches. I'm going to call that 0.320, even though it's a little off. 0.320. So, looks like the nearest bit I have to that hole size, 21/64 is what that shows, and that's yeah, that's 325. So that's what I'll use. So there we are after modification. drilled that hole, which was actually 21/64, and I think that's about as close as I'm going to get to finding this filter, unfortunately. It's definitely going to be better than what was there. And again, that's a Wix WL10056. What I'll do is also in the description, I've got at least half a dozen equivalent filters. K&N, Purolator, ACDelco, several. FRAM makes one. So I'll put those all in the description too. Now that's going to work on that. So that fits all right. Not too terribly nasty in there now. So, it feels like it's all the way back against that grommet. So I think we're all right. I think that's going to work. I wonder if the O-ring happens to fit. That would be really nice. Let's see, I'm just going to line it up. Nah, it's too big. That's kind of what I would guess. So the O-ring for that does not work. I'm going to try it. Let's see how it does. Oops. I bumped the camera there. Let's see if I could maybe hear if it's round my here. I don't know, I think it's tightened up in there against that rubber washer, rubber grommet. I guess time will tell, but I think that's going to be my replacement for this wrong size. Replacement for that filter that I cannot find anywhere on earth. Alright, so we got that. We'll see how it runs.